yo, and hello and welcome to 2020, motherfuckers. The 146th episode of GameSpeak Podcast is here. New episodes go up for free. Feed subscribers every Wednesday in audio format on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Play, Spotify, and all of your favorite podcast platforms, as well as in video format on YouTube so you can see us in stunning HD, where we need you to hit subscribe and click that notification bell. This show is two childhood BFFs bringing you all things video games. You can find us online at createforsanity.com, where you can subscribe to our newsletter to never miss an episode, and buy sick t-shirts from our shop to support us. Also, be sure to join the community in the Facebook group at facebook.com/group/GameSpeak Podcast to hang and talk games with other nerds like us. I'm one of your hosts, JAMAL Jafra, alongside Brent New Year's Bass.
New Year's Bass. I like that aggressive intro you did.
Yeah, I got in it, man. I felt it. I mean,
you're like, yo, it's 2020, bitch!
It's a brand new year. Yeah, I'm excited. You know, like it's only once a year that there's a new year.
It's true. It's fun. We're recording this on the new year,
the eve of the new year.
And you know what's crazy? The last episode dropped on Christmas, but we actually haven't talked since actual Christmas. How was your Christmas? Did you have a good Christmas?
Did we not talk since actual Christmas? Is that how that worked?
Well, not really. We did.
That's true.
We talked a little, but it wasn't. We just kind of like we're like, hey, what's up?
Yeah, we didn't do
the mic's not working. Okay, bye. You know?
Yeah, we didn't do the extended play of Christmas. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was pretty dope. We didn't do gifts this year. No one in my family. We decided it was. It's easier to just take the money that we have and spend it on ourselves.
Did you and your girlfriend exchange gifts with each other?
Not really. We both went in on like some stuff that we needed for the apartment, and it was kind of like let's get some things we need. We went to IKEA.
Well, that's fun.
And
my girlfriend and I have been cleaning up the Walmart Christmas shit that's like left over from Christmas.
The scavengers.
We go clean up the candy and stuff that's like shaped like Christmas trees and shit.
From last Christmas.
Dude, you can get the deals, man. We're getting those like dollar candies for like 50 cents. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the Christmas stills are great, dude.
Yeah.
It's definitely the best part of the holidays is like the after candy that like everybody left over and it becomes like 60% off, It's pretty crazy.
My girlfriend got me this thing that you plug into the PlayStation Classic, and it adds like 100 PlayStation games onto it.
Oh, shit. I saw this. I got to play this with you.
Did you? Oh, yeah, you did. You tried it out. It's a blast.
Cool.
Yeah, I've been having a lot of fun with that.
Yeah, it's like every game. Well, not all of them, but there's a shit ton on there.
But they have other sticks, too, that you can buy to like add to the collection, So
yeah.
I've got enough to keep me entertained for now, but they're only like $20, so I might add another 100 on there at some point.
Hell yeah, dude. Get another one.
But no, okay, so I got Audra, this like one of those Amazon Echo Dot things that you talk to.
Yeah, dude.
I've been having a lot of fun with that thing.
It is great. We have our Google Home over there, but my girlfriend unplugged it and won't let us plug it back in.
You should get the Amazon one. It's way less creepy and it's fun.
Is it? It's more fun. Did I talk about that on the show?
You did.
What
you
happened?
told me all about how it came to life and said something weird.
Yeah.
Like
okay, I did talk about
in the
that.
Ground or something. What did it say?
It said, "Open the door, begin firing."
Oh yeah, hell no.
She was like, "Well, that's done." Yeah. So we haven't had it plugged in since, and it sucks because I would like every morning before work, I'd be making my breakfast and I'd be like, Google, what's the news? And what's the gaming news? And it would like go over all the news for me and all that stuff. And like, it was pretty interesting.
Dude, Alexa almost never disappoints. I think I'm having more fun with it than she is, to be honest with you. First of all, I can tell it like almost any song and it'll play the song. That's cool. And then like...
Through Spotify or what?
Well, it plays it through Amazon Music. Which is like weird because like when you hook it up, there's like a limited number of songs that it'll just play for free. Like a lot of like common popular songs it'll just play without any kind of subscription to anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, but whenever you like started out, I was playing a bunch of songs and then finally it came to one. I was like, play the Elder Scrolls Oblivion theme song.
Oh shit, dude!
And it was like, we found the Elder Scrolls Oblivion theme song, but it doesn't come with your free trial or your free
the music.
Yeah, so and then it was like, would you like to do a free trial of Amazon Super Music? And it's like, it's like you get your 30 days for free, and then it's $2.99, and you have access to 50 billion songs or some shit. I was like, all right, bet, let's try it out 30 days. And I was like, $2.99, that's cheaper than Spotify Premium, and it seems like it's basically the same service. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just hooked to your speaker.
Yeah, and so far it's been pretty sweet, and like it'll do, like it's got sleep sounds it can do. You can be like, tell it just about any kind of sleep sound you can think of, it'll find it. Me and Audra, we're kind of dumb. We just sit there and like make noises at each other when we're like alone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like we started like beatboxing together, you know, and we were like, she was doing a beat and I was doing a beat and we were getting into it. And then I was like, Alexa, drop a beat. And Alexa was like, it was tight, dude. I was like, oh my god, dude, this is the
start
future.
Freestyling, dude. That's what's up.
Yeah, we've been having a lot of. Did you watch The Mandalorian?
I did watch the final episode. Spoilers ahead, guys.
Spoilers ahead for sure.
Yeah.
First time we really got to warn you about some Mandalorian shit.
Yeah, so let's drop the important shit. Baby Yoda got punched in the head twice in this bitch.
Oh my god!
Like
my girlfriend, like I saw the tears in her eyes. She was like legitimately on the verge of tears.
Dude, I was too. This is like my dog Skip type shit.
Bro,
like,
that
you
was
can't
like
just
the
do
saddest thing. I was like, as soon as they punched Baby Yoda, I was like, oh, they're setting these guys up for some kind of fucked off death. Like, they're just trying to make us not feel bad whenever the next person rolls up and just, like, completely fucks them up. Like,
hell yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
see, I thought that, but I also thought Yoda was going to do something. Baby Yoda was going to do something about it because, like, he went over and he was like, can I look at it? And he looks at it. And then he just fucking just decks it in the forehead. And it's like, and I'm like, oh my God, this is like
Jesus Christ.
It's child abuse and it's animal abuse in one.
At the same time, that's what Audra was saying. She's like, if it's bad enough to punch a normal baby, but to punch a baby Yoda?
Yeah, it's like what? I don't understand these feelings.
I like how the robot just went full John Wick, dude. You know what I mean?
Fucking slam those dudes.
But not only did he fuck those guys up, he just like proceeded to just like fucking
kill everyone. He like that was like the cutest part when Baby Yoda's like strapped to his chest and he like spins him around and he's just like.
But also the most horrifying part, you know, because you're like,
At that point, I was like, he's safe. I know he's fine in the hands of this killer robot.
Yeah, that robot wasn't fucking a boot, you know?
Yeah, and then, like, whenever the Mandalorian's like, no, I still need your help. You can't do that. And he's like, there's no reason to be sad. He's like, I'm not sad. And he's like, I can tell from your vocal frequencies or whatever. I'm just like, oh, it's like, it hurts. And like that reveal though of Mando is kind of lame.
Yeah, I honestly, they should have waited a little bit on that. And also, like,
he just looks like Jack Black covered in blood for some reason. I was like,
he did not look nearly as like chiseled and epic as I expected him to. I'm expecting like the Westworld guy.
Yeah, just like James Mars or whatever his name is.
He looks like Kylo Ren, like on fucking like.
If he ate a little too much, like
if he ate too much fucking Doritos and played World of Warcraft all day.
His hair was like really long, like just like I was like, okay, this is weird.
It was very weird. I'm glad they didn't show it for very long. It was like
his blood looked like ketchup, like on his chin. It was like, clean yourself off.
Yeah, they also said his name out loud for the first time.
Yeah, and I don't even remember it because I don't care.
It was
He's
too
Mando.
long. Yeah, the name was too long. It was like Din Djarin Burger.
It was like Din Jorgen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe not too long, but a little, you know.
Yeah, it was something small. Started with a D. There's a J in there somewhere or something, but
oh, the whole scene where he took down the TIE fighter. Dude, the effects in this episode were fucking off the chain, dude.
They were. Oh, that's the main thing we got to talk about. This is spoiler territory right here, big
for
time.
Sure.
Is the black saber, dude. The black saber is dope.
Are you talking about the light? See, is that really a saber, or is that like a vibroblade?
No, that's a lightsaber. That's it was created like a long time ago by like one of the original like Jedi or whatever, and the Mandalorians ended up getting a hold of it, and then it's like there's a whole history to it.
So it's like a legendary like lightsaber.
It's a legendary lightsaber. It's called the Black Saber. I believe.
Why does Gustavo Fring from fucking Breaking Bad have it?
Well, that's the thing. So the last time that lightsaber was seen was in Star Wars Rebels, like the animated series, and the Mandalorians had gotten it back from Darth Maul because Darth Maul took it during the Mandalorian War or whatever.
This all happens in the Rebel series.
Yeah.
So, cool. So this actual lightsaber appears in the
Rebels series, and like it gets back to the Mandalorians, and then that's the last time we see it. It's in the hands of this Mandalorian chick who's like a beast or whatever, and now he has it, which kind of makes you think that she died.
Well, yeah, I mean, also judging by the big pile of Mandalorian armor they found, like implying that there's a bunch of dead Mandalorians at the hands of those.
Yeah, but it was implying that the ones that lived under the ground, like where Mando's from, were the ones that died. Because there's different sects of Mandalorians.
Okay, so is it a different?
It was a different tribe of Mandalorians. Like you have to watch Rebels to really understand like the differences between them. But this was a whole different tribe. There was actually
Rebels expands on the Mandalorian planet and stuff.
Yeah, it definitely does. There's like a whole season. I wouldn't say the whole season, but there's a character that's a Mandalorian, and she goes back to like face her family or whatever, as like she feels like she's a traitor because she joined the rebels and like left and all this stuff, but she's the one who ends up getting the saber back to them and like joins them back together because there's like a Mandalorian in war happening. Like it's kind of weird, but anyway, so the last time we see that saber, it was in the hands of the Mandalorians, and now it belongs to this guy who obviously killed them, and he's pretty cool. Like he seems to be the most menacing like villain of any Star Wars thing. Like he just like murdered everyone. That was like my favorite part. So whenever the two stormtroopers are just talking about it, and they're just like, "Yeah, dude, he just like killed all of us." He's just like, he killed his own guys. He's like, "Yeah, we probably shouldn't go down there. It's just a way to."
That was funny. I don't know, man. He looks so much like the Breaking Bad guy to me. Like, I'm not sure I didn't him.
I didn't connect that at all.
Really?
I don't think that's the same guy.
Every time I look at him, I just think about the part in Breaking Bad where he's like behind that guy and he like cuts his throat. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Are you talking about the Pollo guy? The Los Pollo, whatever.
Yeah, the Los Pollo Hermano.
Pollo
yeah.
Hermanos.
Dude, I heard there was a KOTOR reference in the Rise of Skywalker.
Have you seen it yet?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Well, then I'm not going to say what it is.
Okay.
Well, actually, it doesn't really...
I don't really care. I'm still going to watch it, I mean, you don't have to like...
Yeah, I'm not going to spoil
blow
that.
the whole ending out of the water or anything, but,
I'll talk to you about it when we're off the air.
Yeah.
Just because I feel like we've already spoiled the
That's
Mandalorian.
Cool, though, that they like made it canon, and now that... I think they're going to do something. I feel like they're like hinting... there's too much hype every time.
They've already said they're working on a KOTOR thing. The reference, I'm not going to tell you where the reference is in the movie, but the reference was to Darth Revan. So like Darth Revan is canon now in the Disney universe, like
cool.
Star Wars universe.
I feel like that's the one thing I was the most devastated about whenever they cut the canon. You know what I mean? Like of a lot of that stuff. You know what I mean?
But that doesn't mean that the story of Darth Revan is still canon. It just means that he himself exists.
Yeah, but I mean, let's just get real.
They're gonna change it, dude. They're gonna change it.
Well, it's gonna change a little, but that's mainly because the story of Darth Revan changes depending on how your choices are. A lot of the,
Yeah, but there's books with a solid like story, like from Drew Karpyshyn. Drew Karpyshyn wrote exactly his story.
So what's the official way that it went down?
So Revan ends up dying like a horrible, horrible death, and like
after he comes back and beats Malak and stuff, like after the events of KOTOR 1.
Yeah, he ends up getting sent to like this like realm of like.
Does he become good in the official or does he stay
Yeah, he
evil?
becomes good.
Okay.
He becomes good, and then he gets like fucking like his mind gets obliterated into like this force like hell prison,
by
like
another Sith Lord or something.
Yeah, for the rest of eternity. Like,
oh fuck.
Yeah, he'll never escape.
Wait, so he's still alive technically? Though.
No, just like his soul was like ripped from his like his body into this like it's like kind of like a weird like place where like spirits get trapped like for eternity or whatever, for like all of eternity in this like damnation hell thing. It's horrible. It's a horrible ending to Revan.
Damn, that sucks.
And he was a good guy too. And he like did all
this. That guy, yeah.
Yeah, he did all this good stuff like in the book. I read it last year. I need to read it again just so I remember exactly how that happened, but yeah, so that's what happened to Revan, and I'm sure they're going to change that because they don't want that to be the case. But Drew Karpyshyn wrote that. That was like his sequel.
I love Drew Karpyshyn. He's such a good author. He wrote a really good Mass Effect book if you're into Mass Effect.
Ooh, nice.
Dude, so let me update you on my quest for the Quest, dude, because I'm trying to get that Quest.
Oh, yeah, trying to get the VR.
So I ordered it from the Oculus website, right? And I got this email, and they're like, it'll ship by February 22nd. I'm like, all right, whatever. You know, but I kind of been keeping my eyes out still, because they never took the money.
Yeah.
You know, so I was like, all right, whatever. I was on the website the other day, and like, it's like, Amazon's got them right now, blah, blah, blah. I was like, okay. So I went to Amazon, it was like, ships by January the 9th, I think. And I was like, fuck yeah. So I ordered it from Amazon, and I canceled my order from Oculus. By the way, guys, if you're ordering an Oculus Quest, I don't give a shit if it's out of stock everywhere. Just wait for Amazon or something. Fuck Oculus.
Yeah.
Like,
don't go to the actual website.
Don't go to the actual website. You still get your like warranty and shit from like from Amazon and Best Buy and places like that. You know what I mean? So just like I recommend just not even fucking with them because their customer service is horrible. You're better off dealing with Amazon or something. But so then today I wake up and I get this thing, or I didn't even get a thing, I just checked my thing, and it went, like, the other day it said January 9th, today it says between January 3rd and 6th, I should have it, so, like, this weekend.
Hell yeah, dude. Right on the weekend,
fingers crossed, I should have it, so that's really exciting.
It's good to hear, man.
Yeah.
It's good to hear.
I'm very thrilled. I've been, like, hearing a lot of good things, and, like, I don't know. I'm just excited because, like, I went and played some VR last night just because well, I'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
But my hype, you know, is just...
It's up there.
It's up there. But, like, I realized how much I really want, the ability to walk around and turn my back and, like, crouch down and shit. Like, I'm so excited to be able to take the next step.
The next step into the future. Yeah, I'm glad your quest is finally coming to an end for the quest.
Yeah.
I've been watching Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Oh, you got to get another anime to sink your teeth into?
I do, because of that PAD, that post anime depression was hitting me pretty hard. And like I said, I finished Hunter x Hunter. I actually went online and read all the stuff that hasn't been transferred into like the animated series yet, because like the guy who wrote Hunter x Hunter is like on a hiatus or whatever, but he went ahead and completed some chapters in the manga. So like I went ahead and read some of that, and
there has to be some kind of actual psychological term for that. Like when you finish some kind of type of media, like a book or a movie or an anime series or something, and you just have that empty feeling in your heart, like knowing that it's over. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I think it's like in the anime community they call it PAD, which is post anime depression. But I think it goes for everything.
Yeah,
though,
I was going to say it's like a general thing. Like I felt that before, especially with books, because I invest a lot of time into books when I commit to a book, you know?
I think that's what it is that it's something that you're using in a way that like transports you to a different world, you know, and that world suddenly comes to an end. And it's like that, and then like the characters, like they're constantly progressing, and then eventually they reach an end point. And people don't like change, all right?
Yeah. I had this feeling recently, we'll talk about it more in the currently playing, but it ties into a video game, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's wild.
But anyways, yeah, so that's all the stuff I've been doing this week.
Cool.
We can jump into the like two things of news.
Right. I scoured the news. I went to other websites and shit trying to find news. Usually I just go to the GameSpot. Yeah, they got all the news, but I had to really scrape the barrel this week to even get anything.
It's the end of the year, guys. Like, news doesn't start picking back up till about next week.
Yeah, I think most of these guys are probably with their family and stuff, you know? I'm
exactly.
Sure that,
even, like, Kind of Funny and stuff, like, they're not, like, they took the whole week off. I'm like, I'm missing podcasts from like IGN and all this stuff. It sucks.
And you know what? They deserve it. You know, this guy's been working hard all year.
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
Whatever. It's all good. Just leave us in the dark. Anyways, just so you guys know, we are using articles from gaming news sites from around the web. We do not claim any of the material as our own. We are simply giving commentary on said articles. Let's jump into some bad news for Uncharted fans. Sony's Uncharted film adaptation has incurred an unexpected setback.
Let me guess, they lost another director.
Yes, Travis Knight, who signed on to helm the project in September 2019, will no longer direct Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg, according to a new report.
How many directors is this now?
I think it's the fourth one, right?
Oh my! I feel like that's like lowballing it even. Like
yeah, it could be 20. Now, Deadline states that Holland's work with the next Spider-Man installment has caused scheduling conflicts with Knight. As a result, Knight has been pushed out of the director role, and the film will receive a brand new release date. Uncharted was scheduled to hit theaters on December 18th, 2020. Sony still plans to move the film forward with a new director, but an announcement on who will lead the project has not been made. Yep, so that's kind of the news on that.
M. Night Shyamalan has taken over the project.
Oh my god. Yeah, I'm sure
Michael Bay has taken over the project.
M. Night Shyamalan, if it's not his own made-up story, it should not happen. We've all seen what happened to Avatar.
Agreed.
Like, you give him a license, and he's gonna fucking trash it.
Absolutely do not license your shit to M. Night Shyamalan. This is unacceptable.
Nope.
There's no respect for the source material.
No.
Okay, here we go. Until January 30th, you can claim 20 free battle points in Sword and Shield Pokemon. These points are a special kind of currency that can primarily be earned by competing in the Battle Tower, which only opens up after you've cleared the main storyline. And they're used to purchase helpful items like nature-changing mints and other competitive-focused equipment for your Pokemon. To receive the free battle points, you'll need to select Mystery Gift from the game's menu and follow the steps. Select Mystery Gift from the menu screen. Select Get a Mystery Gift. Select Get Gift via code/password. Follow the prompts to connect online. Input the download code GANTAMAX when prompted. So basically Gigantamax, but the I is the number 1.
Ooh, clever.
Yeah. Clever. Get your free battle points. 20 doesn't sound like a lot, but these battle points go a long way. You can get like rare candies and cool shit with it. So, you know, worth looking into.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, the recently announced remake of Resident Evil 3 is releasing for PS4, Xbox One, and PC on April 3rd, 2020. The title's reveal alongside its trailer came as something of a surprise, but it makes sense. The Resident Evil 2 remake was a Game of the Year contender and sold extremely well. Now, thanks to one fan who got their hands on the latest issue of the Japanese games magazine, Famitsu, and helpfully translated an interview, we've got some more details about Resident Evil 3. The magazine features an interview with producer Peter Fabiano and Masachika Kawata, who share some details about the game. The game was codenamed Escape during development and has come about due to high demand from fans, according to the Twitter thread. The game will follow the original as the Resident Evil 2 remake did, but with changes and rearrangements so that those familiar with the original could also enjoy it. The game is reportedly 90% complete, so a delay is not expected. Despite part of the trailer being in first person, the game will be played from the over-the-shoulder perspective that RE2 also used. Jill's outfit has been redesigned so that it wouldn't look uncomfortable during action, as this game is a lot more.
God forbid she's uncomfortable while she's like.
As this game is a lot more action-packed than Resident Evil 2. Carlos's look has changed for this remake, but apparently his demeanor has as well, and he's now more mature. Brad Vickers has apparently changed more substantially and will have a different role in the remake, but the producers are not ready to talk about that yet. The main thing from this is that it's supposed to be more action-y than Resident Evil 2 remake was.
Because I think the original game was more action-y than Resident Evil 2, you know? But that's exciting to me. I'm okay with that. I'm cool with the like same like graphics and style, but like just
a little bit different gameplay.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. That should be fun. You know, there was like the survivors mode in Resident Evil 2 or whatever, and there was one mode where you are like a SWAT team guy and you've got like a shitload of different guns. And like, but there's like tons of fucking enemies everywhere.
Yeah. I've seen that.
I'm imagining it might be, you know, I would be cool if it was kind of like that, where you're just like way more locked and loaded, but it's like the same kind of gameplay. You know what I mean? Like,
as long as there's more comfortable clothes.
To be 100% honest with you, I've never like played that much of Resident Evil 3.
Me either.
You know what I mean? Like, I played a little bit of Resident Evil 2, and then I played I played the new one, and I played it all the way through. You know what I mean?
7?
Prior to that, no, Resident
2.
Evil 2. You know, prior to that, I hadn't really played much Resident Evil 2 either, but I really enjoyed the remake, you know? So I'm expecting to enjoy 3, you know?
Yeah. I mean, everybody who's listening, you guys caught my like intro to Resident Evil back in like last year this year at some point early on this year. I played the remake of Resident Evil 1. That was my first time playing all the way through a Resident Evil game. And then besides 4 I played through on GameCube.
I was about to say, I know we played through 5 together.
And
all
5.
The way.
But I don't count 5 as a Resident Evil game.
It counts, though. It is a Resident Evil game.
Kind
They're
of.
all Okay, I don't care how anybody feels. 5 and 6 are still...
They're still Resident Evil games, but they're not Resident Evil games. They're not like Resident Evil 1 and 2, where like you go through and you go like find puzzles and solve the puzzles, and it's actually scary. It's like it's just a shooter that you play co-op with people.
You know, the Revelations series was a lot more like the old school.
The old school ones.
You know?
Though way less, like, I feel like...
puzzly.
Yeah, way less puzzly.
But still with, like, you gotta get the key to get through that area. It was a lot more with the backtracking and going through areas you've been through previously. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it didn't feel as good either, though. Like, it felt, like, way less produced.
It depends on which Revelations you're talking about. Because Revelations 1, I feel like they did the best they could with, because it was made for the 3DS, which I think is super impressive how good it is for considering the whole game was developed specifically for 3DS and it's been ported to like PS4 and stuff, and a lot of people still enjoy it on the, you know.
Yeah.
I played it on Switch pretty recently and I had a good time with it. You know what I mean? But that being said, Resident Evil Revelations 2 is made with, you know, Xbox One X and stuff in mind, so you can tell it's obviously a lot more like
way more polished. Yeah. But see, that's my thing is like, so I played Resident Evil 1 remake. It was amazing. Fucking, I tried to play Resident Evil 2 on like a ROM, and it just doesn't work on the ROM. The ROM doesn't work. So I still haven't played through 2, but they're selling Resident Evil 2 at Redbox for like super cheap. Not at anyone near me. I wish I could find. That's why I went to go check, but so I need to get that and play it. And then also I played through Resident Evil 0 on remake. 0. It was okay. It was too like co-op-y, like without co-op. You know what I'm saying? It was like, oh, you got to switch between these two characters.
I like it because it's kind of like that one game that came out pretty recently, the Twin Peaksy kind of game.
Brothers, or not Brothers.
Oh, it's like a
Way Out.
It's like it's like not 3D. It's like a Monkey Island kind of game, but you switch back and forth between the girl and the guy. Tumbleweed. Tumbleweed Park. Yeah.
It was definitely like that. Just not what I want out of Resident Evil. But it got me all like... but the remake of the first game got me all into the books and shit. I was like reading the books from the 90s and stuff. It's so good, dude. Anyway, so I'm excited for 3.
I'll be surprised if we don't get like a 3D remake of the first game at some point pretty soon. I mean, I know it was already 3D, but I'm talking about like
with this engine.
Yeah,
that or like and 4. I want to see 4 in this engine just because it would look beautiful and wet and fucking sexy.
You can make it real scary too with 4.
Yeah,
if you like really wanted to.
Yeah, that's man. Anyway, so that's all the news I got. Brent, go ahead.
That's it. All right. Let's see.
I couldn't find anything worth putting on there.
Most of mine is kind of. I'm just gonna blast.
I just don't want to bore people.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Witcher Wild Hunt has had its best day since release, which is significant because it came out like 3 years ago or something like that.
It was way more than that.
Yeah, it came out a long ass time ago. I think it was like 2015, 16, something like that.
Yeah, it was like at least 5 years ago. I feel like.
Either way, recently on Sunday, December 29th, it hit a concurrent Steam player count of 93,835. Or no, even more recently than that, it had 94,651. So that's like ridiculous.
Yeah, it's because the show's out, and I don't think people realize that it's not based on the game. Like, I mean, whether or not it's still good for the game, but I feel like everyone's watching it and they're like, this is exactly, I get to play it now. It's like, no.
Well, I mean, it's a lot like the game. I mean, watching the show, it looks like the game. I mean, you can tell that they took a lot of visual inspiration
from the game.
You know what I mean?
It's definitely based on the books, though.
Yeah, I mean, like, story-wise, but, I mean, people also forget that the game is also based on the books. I mean,
Oh, of course.
So, like, I mean, even if it's, like, they read the books and got all their inspiration from the books, so did the people who made the game. So, I mean, it's, like, different interpretations of the same thing, you know what I mean? And, like, I mean, dude, Henry Cavill looks just like... I mean, it's like you took the video game Garrett and just, like, put him on the screen.
Which is funny because everyone was complaining before it even came out that, like, he didn't look anything... They were like, oh, he's...
I was one of those people. I didn't think he was going to be able to pull it, like, look like him. And, like, dude, he looks just like him.
That's awesome.
It's, like, amazing how much... Like, he did a great job. And, I mean, he's, like, a little more ripped than, like, Geralt in the game. You know what I mean? But I kind of like that. I feel like it looks... good for the part he's playing, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and he's a true gamer. Like, he played a lot of Witcher before he even, like, went in to do the character. The other day, I mean, like, there was, like, an interview with him where they were like, oh, what are you, like, doing? And he's like, well, right now I'm just playing a lot of Warhammer. Like, he's like, I don't really go outside too much. Like, it's just like, he's like an actual gamer. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, apparently... The Witcher is one of 2019's best-selling titles. It's like up there with like Sekiro and Star Wars and stuff. So
should have got Game of the Year, dude.
Okay, let's see. Moving on. Okay, Starlink Battle for Atlas. Okay, when it came out, it was $75. You can get it right now. For $6 at Best Buy. You can get it with, like, the fucking ship and the Fox figurine and everything.
Yeah. I mean...
And it's not that bad of a game. It's not, like, the worst game ever. For $6,
no,
I mean...
But it's not worth it for the game. It's worth it for the figure. You're getting a fucking, like, R-Wing, that's, like, an actual dope-ass looking R-Wing figure. Yeah. It's pretty big.
That's, like, compatible with the game, too,
Yeah.
And honestly, okay, it's worth it if you're playing on the Switch, because it's got a whole, like, Star Fox mission.
Campaign.
I mean, yeah. It's pretty sweet, dude. For $6. I mean, might want to look
the
into it.
The game's been cheap, though. Like, you could get it for, like, $15 before this.
Yeah, but this is, like...
$6.
They're just giving it away at this point.
Like, please.
Just take it.
We can't get it off the shelves.
There is a for sure season 2 of Mandalorian coming in fall 2020.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
I mean, Disney Plus wouldn't survive without that
for sure. But now we know it's coming in the fall. So if you cancel your Disney Plus subscription, just know that fall is the right time.
Yeah, you got to bring it back.
To bring it back, yeah.
Disney better put some better shows on there, dude.
They need another Mandalorian type show. See, Netflix realized this a long time ago. That's why you see so much bullshit from Netflix, because it's like they know that they just got to keep putting shit out until they get hits, because they've got a bunch of really good shows,
of course. And
Netflix
they have some
right
shitty
idea.
ones, but like Disney has the money to take chances, so they need to fucking do it.
Yeah.
Like, they own everything. They literally own everything. Why aren't they doing more shit? They could have fucking put like that Obi-Wan show should have already been done. It needs to be out. There needs to be more shit coming.
Yeah, I agree.
And they should put it all out at once so we can binge it.
Yeah, I hate waiting for the next week. Although I feel like the weeks go by really fast,
Yeah, when you're waiting. And I guess it gives us something to talk about on the show.
Totally.
And we just need to do a separate thing. Like, when season 2 comes out, just do like a YouTube video, like, in review of each one.
That would be fun. Okay, PlayStation Now is going to be adding Horizon Zero Dawn and Uncharted Lost Legacy pretty soon, so that's exciting.
Lost Legos, dude.
Yeah. Let's see. There's some chairs in Call of Duty Modern Warfare on the St. Petrogard map that if you knife them, they'll spin around and kill you. So watch out for that.
Big news.
Big news. This is where we're at in the news this week. And PS4 players should be on the lookout. It looks like there's a leak saying that there's probably going to be a demo for the Final Fantasy VII Remake coming out pretty soon. So keep your eye on the PlayStation Store. And maybe we'll get to try it out together, you guys. You know?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And that's all I got. That's all I got right now.
Sweet. Okay. Well, that's it for the gaming news this week. I hope you guys are ready for the amazing games that are coming out this week on this week's releases.
Oh, God.
Where I'm going to let you know what brand new games are coming out in the next 7 days. All right, and that's it for this week's releases.
Is that it?
There's literally not a single game coming out this week.
This is the first time in the show's history when there wasn't a game coming out this week.
Yeah, and if there was a game,
somebody quick drop a game.
Yeah.
This would be the perfect time if you're like a fucking person that drops games, you know?
Yeah, dude, the game droppers out there.
Game droppers.
Skeletack's coming out soon.
Hey, my boy.
Yeah, dude.
You know, I've been seeing some screenshots that David's been posting, and they're just fantastic.
Yeah, dude, I'm
really
so
good.
excited for him, and like, just
I am
want to
too.
see.
I'm so proud of those guys, man.
Yeah,
you know,
dude.
It really does my heart good to see people that we've interviewed before doing well.
Making
you know
games.
that Contagion game we interviewed? They're on PlayStation now. So.
Oh, really?
Cool.
Their game
yeah.
is? Dude,
Yeah.
that's cool. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Look at that. Look at that. So let's jump to currently playing. I've been playing. I played a little bit of Enter the Gungeon because AJ told me to download it and play it. It turns out it's not very fun when you're alone. It's like one of those games that you got to have somebody to play with. You know, like it's fun, it's cool, but definitely a co-op game. So Brent,
is it like a split screen or is it like a?
No, I don't think it's split screen. It's like a over the top or like over or
yeah,
top
yeah.
down. My bad. Like top down, guns blazing game. You're trying to get this gun that can that it shoots or it what's it called? It whenever you shoot it, it kills the past. So like the whole
what?
Yeah, like the game's like super.
Come again?
It's a top down game that's also like over the top. It's made by Devolver Digital. So like expect the unexpected. The game is like so like you just go around and you get different guns and like you know like you go through the game and like you can do like dodge rolls and all this stuff. You go into each room and like you're trying to get new weapons and stuff like that. Make it to the end so you can get the gun that kills time. So,
okay.
Yeah, it's so or kills the past. That's what it is. It's pretty interesting, but it's definitely like a co-op, like a fun ass co-op game. I can already tell.
We need to do a couch bro.
We definitely do. But I played that, and then I've borrowed Pokemon Shield from Brent to. And at first, honestly, I couldn't get into it because I was so depressed from Hunter x Hunter. Like I couldn't get into the like that world. But I used it to wean myself off that and Full Metal Alchemist, and like by like the second day, I was like just entrenched in it. You know, like
it takes a second, but once you're in it, you're in there. You know.
Oh yeah, especially with like the weird aesthetic of like the European soccer player type thing. I'm just like, come on. It's like the first time we get like a real 3D Pokemon game, you make it for the fucking. Like soccer, like I don't.
I kind of like the British setting. You know what I mean? Like
it's weird, like because you're like reading it and like they'll randomly say like British, like
like hello love, kind of or something.
Yeah, like just random shit.
You got to change the accent in your head like mid sentence whenever that shit happens. You know,
he's like, oh well, I'm pants for that or something. I'm like, what the fuck does that even mean? what like I feel like what Jason Domican, you're from the UK. Explain to me what pants means, like whenever you say it in a sentence that's not about pants, you know, like what does that mean? Anyways, let me know about that. But so yeah, I'm having fun with that. I got my second badge, and I've got a Gyarados. I've got like most of my Pokemon are evolved, and I haven't even gotten to the third gym yet.
Oh hell yeah.
I'm just fucking like killing it, dude, like destroying everybody. And it's funny because I feel so bad for like my rival guy. Like,
dude, I fuck him up every time.
He's like so into it. He's like, I'm gonna be an amazing trainer, and like it reminds me of like being so like, it's like, what if, you know, like your character's like self-aware in this world, and like everybody else is like an NPC. You know, so like they don't understand. Like he's like, "Wow, you're really good." He's like, "I'm gonna get you next time, Jimmy." And like in your head, you're like, "No, you're not. It's just not gonna happen because you suck. You suck so bad. Like it's like you were predestined to lose." You know,
I feel like if they were that self-aware, they'd be like, "Dude, you're good. You need to just go straight to the top." You know what I mean?
Yeah, like
go challenge Leon right now. You know what I mean?
Dude, I fucking murdered him. Like the first match, like I didn't even level up my Pokemon at all, and just fucking bent his goddamn Wooloo over and just went to town, dude. Yeah, I got the what's the rabbit called?
Oh, Score Bunny.
Score Bunny. Well, I mean, he's a Raboot now, but
okay.
Yeah, but he's fucking killer. I got him, and I got that like Palatoad or something. He's like the little like tadpole thing, but he's already like evolved. And then I kept the Yamper as my electric type, like the little Corgi Pokemon. Like
oh yeah,
yeah. He's not very strong, but I just wanted a Corgi on my team. And then I got my Gyarados. I like how you start the game with your fishing rod, like automatically.
Yeah, totally.
It's pretty cool. I enjoy it a lot. I like the bike.
They streamlined a lot of things like that, you know?
Oh, yeah. The only thing they didn't streamline, and I wish they would have, is like healing your Pokemon. Like you should be able to just walk up, hit the button, they're healed, and then you walk out. Like you shouldn't have to go through that loading screen.
Ding, ding, ding. Yeah.
Like it should just play that like as you're walking out.
At least you don't have to go to the fucking computer every time you want to manage your box now.
That's true.
I mean, that's nice.
Oh yeah, dude. I've got about 55 Pokemon already. Like I'm gonna try and catch them all this time around.
Dude, hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude. I'm gonna do some online trading.
Get that shiny charm, dude.
Hell yeah. What you got?
Okay, so I've done it, dude. I've beaten Sekiro Shadows Die Twice.
Ooh.
Not only have I beaten it, I got the purification ending, which means I did a whole extra part of the game that was, like, unnecessary.
So now you're purified?
Now I have fucking transcended all gaming, and I am the fucking Ninja Master Lord, Overlord.
Now you got to do, like, a stream like that one guy who beat Dark Souls. Like, he beat every Dark Souls game with, like, every type of video game controller there is. It's like he beat it with like a gaming pad like that you run on, and then without like getting hit, and then he beat it with a bongo, like the Donkey Kong bongos.
Holy
somehow.
Shit, dude.
Yeah, like you gotta watch that shit. This guy just like fucking kills these games. The Guitar Hero,
that's really
guitar
impressive.
And shit.
Dude, that's crazy to even think about. I gotta give a shout out to fucking Ian. I've reconnected with Ian a lot lately. Because we've been talking about the game, you know? Every time I get stuck on a boss, he's like my little Sekiro guru, dude. I just, like, hit him up, and he just knows, like, exactly what to do. Or, like, yeah, I'll think it's impossible, you know, and I'll be like, dude, I don't know if I can even do this. And he's like, you got this, man. And it's like,
you gotta believe. He's like the hunter that's like, you know, already been there and done that 100,000 times. And like, that's the funny thing. Like, I'll be scrolling through my timeline and I'll see like a meme that like makes no sense to me, and I'm like, this must be from Ian, and I'll look and it's like just a Dark Souls like, or like everything he posts is like Sekiro, Dark Souls like
that's
memes.
That's why
and
I really
stuff.
want Ian to play the Star Wars game.
The Fallen Order.
The Fallen Order, because dude, that's a really good game. It's a good Sekiro clone, man. Honestly. It's about the right difficulty. Like, if you were to crank it up to the next difficulty up, I imagine it would be similar.
Just Dark Souls.
I mean, pretty much, yeah. You know, it's not unplayably hard. That's one thing that I think people like hear, like, oh, it's so hard, and it's like, that's kind of like I don't want to say it's the point, but it's like
but it is the point.
But it's not really like the point isn't to be like so hard you can't play the game. You know?
Yeah.
Because like when you pick it up, the first thought you have is like, okay, this isn't as bad as everybody says. You know what I mean? Like, that's just, like, what my first thought was, you know? And, like, immediately you get dashed against the rocks like a fucking baby seal, you know what I mean? But, like, it's all in the spirit of, like the game
getting stronger.
Yeah. Well, it's almost like that's how the game speaks to you. Like, the game knows what it's doing. It knows exactly how difficult it is. You know what I mean? It knows that, like, the challenges it presents to you aren't overcomeable. I mean, aren't not overcomeable. You know what I mean? Like, they're not like something you can't do if you just do it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like
dust yourself off and try again.
It's like when it's like most games speak to you through cutscenes, and every now and then I have a game that, like, has some, like, meaningful moments, and, like, I leave the game impacted by, like, something that happens in the game. But it's like this game, I mean, it had cutscenes and they were cool, but, like, they didn't speak to me. What spoke to me was, like, the challenges presented to me and the way I overcame them. You know what I mean? And it's like you almost, like, discover something about yourself when you're playing the game. Like, and not in, like, a super deep, you know, way, but it's like, okay, I didn't think I could do this, and now I know for a fact I can do it. And I could do it again if I had to. You know what I mean? Because I've done it 50,000 times. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's like a really, I don't know. It's a satisfying experience.
Yeah, it's a progression.
It's something that'll stick with me for a long time, even though I probably won't play the game again for a while. You know what I mean?
Nice. It's good to hear, man.
I can see why it got Game of the Year, for sure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'd say it's probably well-deserved. And I want you to play it. I want you to at least try it a little bit, because I think you'll get a kick out of it. I forgot to bring it up here, but...
That's fine. I'll try and beat Pokemon before you bring it back.
Yeah, let me know when you're done with Pokemon,
week.
and I'll just swap them out for you.
Yeah, I feel like I can play Sekiro while I'm playing Pokemon, because Pokemon will be a breather in between. You know what I'm saying?
I know you can handle Sekiro because you got to the end of Fallen Order on the hard difficulty. I know you can do it because of that.
Faux show.
I also,
what else?
I'm sorry. So I finished that, and I had this gift card, this PlayStation gift card from Christmas, and I got the LA Noire VR case files. It's really cool, but it's like a perfect example of both why I want an Oculus Quest and why I want to keep my PlayStation VR. Like, I think the reason it's a good example of, like, why I want an Oculus Quest is because, like, the tracking, like, it's just, there's so many situations where you want to, like, crouch down over the body and, like, lift the jacket up and look at stuff, you know, and you just lose tracking, you know. I just need better tracking in general. And, like, I don't know, turning around is a pain in the ass and all kinds of stuff. But on the same note, I think, you know, you're never going to get good graphics like that on the Oculus Quest, because, like, their facial details are so, like, I don't know, it looks really good. Like,
nice.
And you can drive around this big open city, you know, like, in, like, cars. It's like Grand Theft Auto. You could see how it would work like Grand Theft Auto. It's really tight. Like, you get in the car and you drive around this big rock star city with your little map, and you can get out of your car wherever you want, you know.
Can you steal cars?
I tried. You can open other people's car door, but, like, you can't, like, pull them out of the car or anything, which is kind of
They're just
fun.
like, can I help you, sir?
I was, like, opening the door and, like, punching the guy in the face, and it wasn't, like, doing anything.
Registering anything.
But, like, the game is cool because it takes, like, all the cases from the real LA Noire game. So these are all just, like, VR'd out versions of, like, the normal game. So if you've already played the normal game, then you kind of know what to expect. It's probably actually better if you've already played the normal game, because, like, if you haven't, they just feel like disjointed nonsense, but it's a lot of fun still. But, like, you fight in the game. There's, like, fist fights, which feel excellent. The fist fighting is my favorite part of the game. There's shootouts, which are pretty cool. There's, like, investigating, which is kind of cool. And there's, like, interrogations and stuff, which is pretty neat.
Can you slap people around when you interrogate them?
I don't know. I haven't gotten to a part where I slap anybody yet. Well, except for, you know, like, a fight. Oh, and the driving, of course. The driving is one of the main mechanics, and it's really, really well done. Like, you can do, like, you have to turn the key, and, like, you hold the steering wheel and stuff. It's really cool.
Oh, shit. Oh shit!
When you want to hit the sirens, you hit a little button and it turns the sirens on. You know what I mean?
Oh, nice. That's cool, dude.
It's really cool, and it feels good because you've been driving. You can like check your blind spots and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you don't want to get into a VR car accident, dude. Nice. So that's what you've been playing?
Yeah. Oh, and I got Dark Souls for the Switch at Walmart for like $30.
Oh, nice.
But
nice.
I've only been playing. I'm only at like the second bonfire, so I'm not very far. I beat one boss so far, but it was significant. It felt easy because I've just been getting my ass smashed on Sekiro for like the past fucking month, you know. So the first boss on Dark Souls wasn't that hard, you know.
Damn, dude. Already jumping into Dark Souls.
I think I'm kind of becoming a glutton for punishment, dude.
Yeah, it sounds like you're falling into a dark hole.
Getting a little masochistic over here, and that's okay. We're doing
right.
things.
You know, could hire somebody to. No, that's cool though. Yeah, I've always wanted to try and get into Dark Souls. I played Dark Souls 2, like the something of scholarly sin or whatever.
Scholar of the first sin.
Yeah, something like that. And like, I absolutely just wanted to break that game in half and throw it in the trash. Like, I could not beat the first fucking boss. It was so hard. But now that I played Star Wars, who knows? Maybe it's easier.
It might want you to like do, because like, okay, in Dark Souls 1, I died to the first boss like 3 times, and then I realized the game doesn't even want you to fight the first boss. He just wants you to run past him, go get some weapons, and then come back in a circle and like fight him in a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, tell me that. Tell me that. Don't fucking make me fight this guy for no reason.
Yeah.
Anyways, but anyways, let us know what you've been currently playing in the Facebook group at facebook.com/group/GameSpeak podcast, or in the comments if you're on YouTube or anywhere else. Anyways, we're going to jump into the topic of the show. This week's topic of the show is just looking forward to 2020. There's a lot of shit happening in the gaming universe in 2020, and so we figured let's talk about some of the stuff that we're excited for and are highly anticipating, and then let's see in the coming year if our expectations will be met or if they won't.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's something you want to talk about from 2020?
I don't know, man. I think 2020 is going to be the year of VR, man. I think Half-Life Alyx is going to change the game.
Hopefully so. I'm hoping so because I'm going Xbox no matter what.
Sure, yeah.
I'm an idiot. It seems that I'm the one that is a glutton for punishment. As I will always go Xbox even though I know I shouldn't. Xbox and Nintendo. See, Nintendo never hurts me. But it's Xbox that does. So
that's true.
The Wii U, we won't talk about that. But anyway, so I'm ready for Xbox Series X, and I want there to be a VR for Xbox. I know they're saying there's not right now, but I feel like it's because Half-Life Alyx isn't out yet. And I feel like once Half-Life Alyx comes out and they see the amount of people that are jumping onto the VR boat, they got to bring a VR, So I'm excited for that. I hope that is the case.
Yeah, and one of the reasons I'm so confident that 2020 is going to be the year of VR is, and it could be artificial demand, but just how much bullshit I've gone through trying to get one of these Oculus Quests. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The fact that there's so many people clamoring to get one, paying fucking $900 on eBay for these things, you know what I mean? Like, dude, I just feel like the demand is there, and it's like people want them. I think it's cool, but I think the Oculus Quest is great because people can try it, like you can take it places and people can try it. I think that's why people are wanting them so bad.
To show them off.
Because it's easier to show people, It's easier to just like, okay, here, try this out real quick, Yeah. There's not a bunch of wires, there's not a bunch of bullshit, It's just like, okay, hop in, Yeah,
and I think VR is going to be important for the everyday person who doesn't play games as well, because it's more intuitive to just move your arms and things like that. I feel like anybody can just play VR, you might have to get over the seasickness that comes with it, but eventually all of that is gone, once you've played it a little bit. But I mean, even like my brother-in-law, he doesn't care about video games, but he's like he's like, I really want a VR headset, you know?
Oh, it's super cool. You know, and I think it's going to get cooler. Like, okay, with the motion sickness thing, I think as the technology progresses and the frame rates get better and the refresh rates get better, I think, you know, by the time we have an Oculus Quest 2, I think we'll have less issues like that. You know,
for sure.
I mean? Also, you know, I think so like Resident Evil recently got like 1 million VR players. Super Hot had made $2 million this holiday just from the VR game. Boneworks outsold Super Hot this holiday and made $3 million. That's just a PC game by itself. You know what I mean? So and quests are sold out everywhere. My thing is like, you know, I feel like if it continues to prove that it can be profitable, even if it's just a few games like Resident Evil, Super Hot, and Boneworks that are making money right now, you know what I mean? I think we're going to start seeing these big name people jump on. And I think when we get the big name people, like, because, you know, we've already seen, like, the quality that comes from, like, Bethesda and Rockstar and stuff from their little, you know, forays into VR. You know, imagine if somebody really committed, you know, bit down and, like, fucking... Like, I think that's what Valve is going to do. I think Valve is going to prove that it can be worthwhile to do that.
Well, I think that's what that one game, that Wrath of whatever game was.
That was Asgard, Wrath of Asgard?
That game,
that's an Oculus Rift exclusive, I think. Oculus Studios.
It is, and it was built for VR from the ground up, and it's a full RPG. Like, whenever other studios start doing that same thing, where, like, Resident Evil 7 did, where it was like, oh, we're building this specifically for VR, then you'll start seeing more people jump on board. But I think what's really going to bring people to the Oculus Quest is whenever Facebook releases their social media bullshit for it, because though it's not gaming, it's going to bring everyone to VR, you know.
Well, you already look at how apps like VR Chat and Rec Room are so popular right now, and they're basically just social spaces where you can interact with each other. You know what I mean? I think when you get an official Facebook thing like that, it's going to be really cool. Especially you can share, like, media and stuff with each other, you know?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Like, if you could just walk up to your friend in VR and, like, pull up a virtual screen and start showing them, like, movies and shit that you like and stuff, you know, that'd be cool.
Yeah, or, like, you guys could, like, rent a movie for, like, a certain amount, and you can both watch it.
And just sit there and watch it together in VR.
Like, in a theater with, like, fake popcorn and shit. Like,
that
just
would be
chill.
Sick.
And I mean, Mark Zuckerberg said this year, like, they're trying to bring the social media stuff, you know, to their Oculus Quest and all that stuff. So I guess we'll see. I think that it is going to be the year that VR really starts, you know, becoming a mainstay. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are going to see it and be like, I'm not a gamer, but I want that, you know?
Yeah, and that's another thing. I think VR attracts a different group of people. I mean, you know, it's a more active thing, you know, using your arms, using your legs, moving around. There's some people that would prefer, like your brother, for example, when he was trying the VR, he was talking about how he enjoys that it, like, uses your whole body, you know? I think there's a lot of people like that. A lot of people don't really particularly like gaming just because they don't want to sit and be immobile for so long.
Yeah,
it's not that they don't like playing games or anything. It's just that they don't want to not use their body for extended periods of time, you know? And that's okay, you know? But I think this could attract those people into... you know, gaming.
Into gaming, yeah. Definitely. Yeah, AJ, ever since then, was like, I don't really care for normal games anymore, like, because of that London Heist game, or not London Heist, what was it?
Blood and Truth.
Blood and Truth,
which is a fantastic game. I definitely think, you know, it was a nominee for VR Game of the Year, and it lost, actually, to... I don't even remember, like, Beat Saber or something.
Yeah, it was Beat Saber, of course.
Well, that's an active game, too, though, you know.
Yeah. Obviously, coming up in 2020, Cyberpunk 2077, I think we gotta mention that. I think, I'm super stoked for that. This is like my, you know, it's like the Fallout to The Witcher, you know, like...
Yeah, I've got a whole list of games we can go through quickly in a little bit, but Cyberpunk 2077 is literally at the very top of that list, and it is the most exciting thing to me. You know, I mean, there's so much hype behind it already. And I think for good reason. I think it's going to be very sick, you know?
I hope so. I hope it can live up to the hype. But I'm honestly, like, I'm setting my expectations at, like, a decent level where I'm honestly not that hyped for it. Like, I'm just excited that it's coming, and whenever it gets here, I'm going to take it as it is. You know, like, I don't want to go in being like, oh, dude, it's going to be this groundbreaking thing that changes everything, because that's the way people are talking about it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, probably not. You know, if anything, it's going to be like The Witcher, you know, like, which was great in its own right. I didn't like it because it was high fantasy, but this one is more of a setting that I care about.
I mean, The Witcher 3 is, you know, a really, really good game.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, like, it definitely might not appeal to everybody just because of the setting, but, like, the detail put into the quests and stuff is, like, fantastic. You know, just the world itself felt so alive. And
yeah, that's what I'm excited for. It's like, I just want to get lost in a cyberpunk world, you know, like.
I like that they're going with the first person approach. I really like RPGs in a first person perspective.
Fallout,
you know what I mean?
Dog, Fallout.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I love that. I think that's what turned me onto it, is like Oblivion and Fallout and stuff, and like
the original Deus Ex and stuff. Yeah,
I think that's why I got such a kick out of that new Outer Worlds game so much. It's really
too.
every kind of fucking first person,
because it puts you more into the world. You know, whenever it's first person, you feel like you're actually the character. I feel like. Anyways, So I guess you can name off those games, and we'll just kind of.
Yeah, if you hear anything that sounds interesting, just stop me.
Yeah.
So we got the Ghost of Tsushima, which is, like, since I played Sekiro, I'm hoping that it's, like, a similar experience, because I just can't get enough of that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it looks pretty.
Yeah, definitely. We got The Last of Us 2, which, you know, I think is going to be fantastic. The first Last of Us is, like, one of the best fucking games, and I can't wait for the second one.
Yeah.
Dying Light 2, I think this is going to be the sleeper hit. You know what I mean?
Like the first game was.
Yeah, for
sure.
Definitely
a sleeper hit.
Halo Infinite, you know?
Yep, I'm excited for that because I don't know what it is. You know, like, I think that's the thing about it, is that they're claiming it's going to be like a return to, you know, like the old school Halo feel. It's going to have split screen and all this stuff. Like,
bro, I hope so. If it doesn't have split screen, I'm going to start slaughtering people, dude.
Yeah, dude, I don't know.
That is literally the most important thing to me, is that it's got split screen.
Yeah, Halo 5 didn't have that, though.
That is some bullshit on their part.
Yeah, and there's going to be more Master Chief this time. I'm just ready to get back into...
Yeah, I want all Master Chief. Fuck the Arbiter, you know what I mean?
The Arbiter ain't been around since, like, 2, 3.
Fuck all of them. Fuck any other, like, fuck Spartan 112, or, you know, I want 117.
All them fake Spartans.
All them fake Spartans.
Yeah, dude. I agree. I'm just ready to get back in the suit and, you know, be there in that world and, like, just uncover some more Halo shit. I'm just ready for that. You know, not even really for the multiplayer stuff. The multiplayer is just a bonus, you know? Like, I just want to get back in the story.
Yeah, Halo has never been about the multiplayer for me, and I know that that's what a lot of people pick up Halo for specifically, but I've always been, you know...
The campaign,
dude.
Multiplayer in the campaign, is what I mean.
Yeah, I was about to say co-op. You know, I love that. That's a little different, yeah.
Anyways, what you got?
Psychonauts 2. I'm excited about this. We'll see if it actually comes out this coming year. I think this might be one that gets pushed back.
We haven't heard a lot about it.
No. Hopefully that means they're hard at work. You know, we know that the studio producing this game recently got acquired by
Xbox, Microsoft.
Yeah. So that's cool to know that, first of all, it'll probably come to Game Pass right off the jump. You know?
Yeah, it will.
And second of all, anything future that comes from them
will go straight to Xbox.
And they
Game
put out
Pass.
a lot of good shit, you know?
So,
I love Tim Schafer and all them. That new Dragon Ball Z game is supposed to come out. Kakarot.
Yeah, the like Goku's story, which is really exciting.
Yeah, you're supposed to be like, it's supposed to be like basically the whole Dragon Ball Z series in a game, right?
Yeah, like the original saga is what it's supposed to be, which is exciting. So it's like Cell and Frieza and all that, I believe.
Sounds dope.
I'm down for that.
I want Dragon Ball Dark Souls, dude. I think that would be a sick Dark Souls
I
game.
feel like I'm sorry. I feel like Dark Souls takes a lot from Dragon Ball Z, you know, in the way that like they come across this giant boss guy that's
This
like
immovable object.
Yeah, it's almost impossible, but somehow, you know, he like gains the strength and the force to like defeat him after like 40 episodes of him screaming and dying.
That's how I feel when I was playing Sekiro, dude. That last boss on Sekiro had like 4 health bars, dude. He took me like literally like 3 or 4 days of just studying and learning the moves. By the time I got to by the time I actually beat him, I could do his first 2 like stages without like losing any life. Yeah, it was like the last 2 was what got me. You know what I mean?
Damn, that's crazy. But yeah, that looks exciting.
Yeah, I think that'll be cool. We got the Final Fantasy VII remake coming. I think a lot of people are super hyped about this. I'm personally one of them. I'm excited. I'm curious to see how much game we're gonna get out of it on this.
I don't even
one,
think
you know?
you leave Midgar in this one.
Yeah, but I'm thinking they're gonna extend it. I think it's gonna be like, I don't know. You know, I think they're gonna make Midgar feel like way more big and alive, you know, like
I'm sure, but I feel like this is going to be Final Fantasy 7-1, and then there's going to be Final Fantasy 7-2. You know, like how they do.
Oh God, I'll fucking kill myself.
That's how it's going to be though, because they even said this isn't the full game. Like it's not the full Final Fantasy 7 in this.
Oh,
you only go through Midgar, and then they said that in like because remember originally they said it was going to be episodic.
Yeah.
So they're still keeping with that.
I do feel like, you know, the Midgar portion of the game is a pretty big.
It's a big meaty part of it.
Big meaty part, and it's got a climatic end. I feel like it'll be cool, you know. And I think you can stretch it to be cooler. You know, I think it's going to be like Resident Evil 2, where it's not just going to be like a straight remake. I think
of course. They're going to add like side quests and shit.
Yeah.
I don't think the game is going to be a problem. I think what's going to be a problem is whenever you have to buy 4 $60 games to get the full story.
Jesus, yeah. You might ought to just wait until it's on sale at some point.
Yeah.
Anyways, it'll be interesting, to say the least.
For sure.
We got Doom Eternal coming out.
So it's all right. I mean, it's just more Doom.
More Doom, you know. Not too excited, not too unexcited. Honestly, the last time I had a feeling of like, towards the game was that Jedi Fallen Order, and it kind of changed the way I've been playing games lately. So
yeah, I mean, Doom 2016 was fun to me. I mean, it, like once you get into the whole idea of just constantly moving, like nonstop. Like if you stop moving, that's how you die. Yeah. Like you got to keep moving, and once you get that down, it's like the game becomes super easy. You know?
Yeah, it's pretty fun. We got Neo 2 coming out. A lot of the hardcore fans.
Sekiro.
Yeah. That should be, you know, something to look forward to if you just are craving more ninja badassery.
Yeah.
The new Animal Crossing game.
That's on my list. Yeah, I'm very excited for that co-op. You know, split screen.
It's gonna have co-op.
Yeah, it's good. The whole game is like you can play split screen. You know, or not. I don't know if it's split screen. I think it's just co-op, but it might be split. But
you can play on the same device.
Same device. Me and my girlfriend are about to get like a whole new home. You know, we can be living up in there.
Oh, I want to play with my girl. I bet I could talk her into playing with me on that. You know?
Oh, dude,
I got her so into Pokemon Go, dude. Like she's like obsessed with Pokemon.
Really?
She's like passed me up in levels and shit.
Holy shit.
She's crazy good. She's got like fucking a box of shinies, like 60 shinies or some shit. Like,
yeah, dude, I got my girlfriend to play Animal Crossing New Leaf, and like she got obsessed with that shit. So like we both been like just super excited about anytime something new comes out about New Horizons, we're just like on it, just like watching it. And once they said it was like co-op and like you can, you know, save the game, like all that shit, we were like, oh fuck, we're in. It's going down.
That's gonna be stupid fun.
Like, yeah, it is, dude. Anyways.
So we've got that Marvel's Avengers game coming.
Pass.
One to watch, you know. I don't know. I think it'll be interesting. I think it'll probably be like I don't know. It might be good.
There's a chance it could be good. There's a chance it could be an utter failure.
Like I said, the last time I was like on the fence about something was that Star Wars game. So I'm thinking, you know, maybe.
Well, the problem is that you were on the fence of something that you could see a lot about. This game, they haven't even really shown anything about it.
Then they showed that gameplay footage where they're like all on the bridge and like he's like, it shows Thor. You're playing as Thor and you're like, throwing the hammer and stuff. I mean, it does look a little basic combat kind of thing, but at the same time, it looks fun. You know, I don't know.
And the fact they're saying it's kind of like Destiny, I'm like, I don't understand. Like,
I don't know what to think. I'm interested, though.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I'll leave it at that. I'm way more interested in Watch Dogs Legion, though. That looks fucking ambitious and fun. And, I'm one of those few people that really enjoyed the first 2 Watch Dogs games.
That's what I was going to say. I'm just not a huge fan. It was all right.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people, it was kind of hit or miss, I think it's got its own little cult following, otherwise they wouldn't just keep making Watch Dogs games, you know what I mean?
See, I feel like I'm just like not an Ubisoft fan. Like outside of like Splinter Cell, like I just don't care about Ubisoft games. Like they're not fun to me. They don't feel good. Like every time I play an Ubisoft game, I'm like, this just feels like a big empty game. Like, I mean, I didn't play Odyssey, which I hear was like really good, but
No, honestly, I kind of got that feeling from Odyssey. My problem with Odyssey was it was so big, it just felt tedious to go from one area to another. Kind of the same problem I had with Breath of the Wild, Zelda.
I agree with that.
It was like just too big, And
it's like, but why? Why?
It was like big for the sake of just being big. Yeah, it wasn't like big to like accommodate a bunch of shit, It was like just big.
Yeah, it's like make the world feel alive. Like if you can't make the world feel alive, then you've made your game too big without purpose.
Exactly. And I think that's one of the reasons I'm so stoked about Cyberpunk is because they've like acknowledged that they're like knocking the scale of their map down just to like make it feel more alive. Yeah,
and I like the verticality of it. Like how they're like, oh, most games are open world horizontally. Ours is open world vertically. Like you can climb up through towers and stuff like that.
That's fucking sick to me.
Yeah, it's new. Something that small, is like a huge change.
But I still am excited about Watch Dogs Legion. I think the idea is ambitious, and I generally like the Watch Dogs game. So. And, of course, Resident Evil 3 Remake, we talked a little bit about that. And that's coming right around the river bend.
Yeah, that's literally right there. I can see it.
I can see it. I can taste it. I can feel it.
I can somewhat smell it. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't know. I'm excited about 3 because, 2 had the Tyrant. And I feel like Nemesis is way more iconic.
Yeah, for sure.
So I can't wait to have him busting through walls, chasing me around. It's going to be fucking
Which
awesome.
is weird that he's way more, known because that game was way less popular than 2.
I think it's just because he was on the cover of the game, and it's like, oh, shit. You know what I mean?
There she
blows.
Well, yeah, it was Tyrant in the original Resident Evil 2 game?
Tyrant was in the original Resident Evil 2 game. He drops out of the ceiling and shit and chases you around.
Okay. Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah. And then, okay, so those are all the games coming out. Of course, we have the new consoles coming out too.
Xbox Series X and PS5.
Oh man, goodness.
I'm excited to get closer to the end of the year because I believe by the end of the year. I'm excited for E3 because I think this is going to be the year that Xbox shows off exactly what their new acquired studios are working on. That's going to be the hammer that needs to be brought down on PS5. Is them being like, look, we know we acquired 14 new studios, and you're probably like, well, what the fuck are they making? Well, here you go. These are the brand new IPs that you can only get on Xbox, Series X. Because if they don't do that before Xbox Series X is released, nobody's going to buy it. Nobody's going to buy it for Game Pass. I'm sorry. As much as I love it and I've experienced it and it's great and it's not going to buy over the people that have PlayStation.
That's true. Yeah, I think I read an interview with Phil Spencer recently, and he was talking about how, he realizes they fucked up this past generation because their console wasn't as powerful as the PS4, but it was more expensive than the PS4.
Yeah, right off the bat.
And he was like, we just can't do that, No. And he's like, I think he realizes people are too smart, they're not that loyal to a brand to where they won't go for the obviously better deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think Xbox is realizing that, and they're like, okay, now we got to adjust our aim a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Most people are smart enough. JAMAL is not. I'm brand loyal, but it's because of the controller. But
true, good controller.
And also, I'm just used to the UI and all that stuff. But no, I'm very excited to see this change at E3. I want to see these games over the course of 2020. I want to know what I'm buying into. You know, I feel like what's it called?
Sekiro?
No, not Sekiro.
Senua's 2?
That's a bad game already because I don't care. You know, like, and nobody who like.
I was about to say, don't say nobody cares, because that's a really popular
It's really
game.
popular with critics. You know, like, I didn't hear a bunch of my friends being like, dude,
I'm in a lot of like game forums, and like every time that game is mentioned, people are like, "That game changed my life. That game, like, blah blah blah. That game helped me overcome my demons. Blah blah blah." I don't know. Like, I don't really get it, but like a lot of people really really like that.
And that's fine. That's good to hear. But it's not a console seller. You know,
no,
like it's
but
not.
Halo Infinite is, and I think
maybe Halo's not the powerhouse it used to be. You know, like,
true.
Halo 5 didn't sell any Xbox Ones. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't like, oh shit, Halo 5, I'm buying an Xbox One.
Still,
you know?
I think it's a valuable bullet in their arsenal.
It's valuable, but we need more. We need to know. I want at least 5 confirmed brand new IPs only coming to Xbox One and coming to Game Pass before December. Like, we need to know.
Call me crazy. I think you'll have more than that.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm giving them a minimum.
Yeah,
they need minimum.
I think
5.
You'll have 10. I think Xbox Series X will drop with like at least 10 exclusive Xbox Series X games, and they're all going to be dope. I think Halo Infinite, and I think, well, okay, maybe not exclusive, but like I think that they'll all be like better on Series X.
No. It can't just be better on Xbox. It needs to be only on Xbox.
Well, they've already announced that Infinite is going to be playable on both. You know what I mean? Like,
Halo Infinite is playable on... No. I'm talking about... I thought you meant like for PlayStation and stuff.
No. I mean like Xbox exclusive. Yeah, but I mean, I'm talking about it might be on like also on Xbox.
On Xbox
One, you know?
But I'm not talking about the launch. I don't care what comes out at launch. Like, of course, Halo's going to be there. That's really all the launch needs, but I need to know that they have a plan. That by the end of 2021, there will be 2 to 3 exclusives that come out, you know, like, and then the next year, there's 2 to 3 exclusives coming out. Just like
I guarantee
PlayStation.
You they have a plan. Like, and I guarantee you that it's the plan that you just described. Like, I think that that's going to happen. Especially, I mean, like, I think we all kind of knew that whenever they started buying up all these fucking studios. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I think we all kind of saw the big picture before Xbox said anything. You know what I mean?
True.
Like,
that's the hope, though. You know, like,
true.
Every time I hope something, it seems like it's like I could just walk into that boardroom and tell them, and they'd all be like, "What? we never thought of that." You know, it's like it bothers me how obvious some things are that just don't get done in the gaming industry. You know, it's like, and I don't know. I'm not saying that like it's because they're dumb or something. It might be because of, you know, financial things. It could be timing for the games and stuff like that, but. Look at how well PlayStation 4 did this console generation, because every single year they were dropping exclusive hits. You know, whenever you think back on this generation, you think Spider-Man 4, you think God of War, you think freaking what was that? Horizon Zero Dawn.
You're right.
You know, like what do you think about when it comes to Xbox? Nothing except for Game Pass. But
let me propose this to you though. What spawn that? Is it the success that Xbox 360 had against the PS3?
Yeah.
Do you think that maybe PS4 got a little bit of a fire lit under its ass, like, by the Xbox 360, and now Xbox is probably having that same reflective moment, and they're going to come out swinging?
I hope
think
so.
It almost would be smart to like alternate consoles every cycle, just because,
to keep it going,
just like, because you know what's going to happen, like history repeats itself, kind of thing.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, like. My thing is like I'm getting Xbox because I know they've got stuff cooking, but
yes,
for Xbox to succeed by the end of the year, we need to know their 2 to 3 year plan for exclusives. We need to know how many exclusives are coming each year after the launch. Because if people only see like, okay, well, there's 2 exclusives guaranteed at launch, but we don't know what's coming after that, they're not going to buy it, because PlayStation's going to guarantee you're going to get this game, and this game by the end of 2022. You know, like you know what I'm saying?
We also need new, exciting IPs. You
Yes.
know, we can't just lean back on Forza and Halo
and
shit.
Ori and the fucking Blind Forest.
We
Come
need,
on.
we need our own Horizon Zero Dawns. We need our own Last of Us. You know, we need IPs that could be turned into like series of games.
Yes,
you know what
that
I mean?
people want and
That people
yearn
want.
for. You know?
Yeah, you know, I mean, like, there's only so many Gears of War games you can make. You know what I mean? My thing is just like new, fresh IPs, and I think that's what they're going for. I hope
so.
That's what they're going for.
Anyways, and then PS5 is obviously going to do very well right off the bat, just because of all the good
success of it. Yeah, but then again, you know, like we said, history repeats itself, and once we see the specs, like the real specs and the price point, I think we'll see a lot of people making the switch depending on what's cheaper and what's, you know.
That's what I'm saying. The only way PlayStation could fail is if they shot themselves in the foot with pricing. That's the only possible way.
You know, because they're like, oh, people will buy off.
They'll get a second job like they did like the 2 cycles ago. Like if they did that, then yeah, they'd be fucked, but they won't. Anyways, and then I think we should wrap it up here on the topic of the show. But lastly is the unknown. You know, I feel like the things that we don't know about.
Yeah, and there's all kinds of things also happening. I mean, you know, in the business end of things, you got Amazon making games and stuff. You know what I mean?
That's what I mean. It's like the unknown of like things that like aren't like right there that you can tangibly see what's happening, you know,
like GameStop slowly
dying.
Dying,
like what's the world going to be? Is there going to be GameStop at the end of 2020? And you know, if there is GameStop, what does it look like? You know, because
how many games will Riot drop by 2021? No, I'm just kidding.
Oh yeah, how many Epic Game exclusives will there? Epic Store, you know, Game Store exclusives will there be?
Will we all be streaming games by the next year? Like, hey.
That's true. You know, like will Stadia,
mobile gaming become so good we don't even, you know?
Hell no. I don't think that'll ever happen to hardcore gamers.
Will game services like Game Pass take over the world?
Yeah, I think that's the case. I think by, you know, not by the end of 2020, but like by the end of this generation, I think every console is going to be focused on their like digital storefront, like Game Pass or PlayStation Now. I
think
Now
that's
or
why
whatever.
Amazon is starting to make games, because they want to see if they can make good enough games to like to cause a buzz. And then I think if they can do that, they're gonna fucking like start their own little service,
like Epic's Game Store kind of thing. Yeah,
because
they just got to make one hit.
Yeah, exactly. They're partners with all the publishers and shit of these games. You know, I'm sure they could get the rights to, like, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know. Interesting stuff, and fun time to be alive in the gaming world.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, that's the topic of the show this week, guys. What are you looking forward to in 2020? Did we miss something that you're super interested in or wanted us to talk about, or want to tell us what you think about it? Let us know in the comments, either on YouTube or in the Facebook group. We're going to jump on over to the People's Champ. I think I got some Instagram questioners here. Let me
check those out real quick.
Here you go, Brent. So you can see this one. Ooh. Yeah. No.
Okay. All right. Guys, I hate to do it again, but I gotta give it to Audra.
It's going to the girlfriend.
It's going to my girlfriend. I'm sorry, guys. It's nothing. I'm not biased here. I don't even want to. You know, but it's just, she keeps just outclassing you guys with the questions.
Oh, goodness.
You know what I mean?
There's no bias here.
There's no bias here. But she says, what are some games that were super popular, but now have been left for the birds? Driver.
I don't think Driver was super popular.
Was it not? I feel like maybe it was just popular to us.
It was just popular to us because we would just play anything we could get our hands on. I feel like Driver was like always looked at as this like second class Grand Theft Auto, you know, like
another second class Grand Theft Auto that was super popular but left for the
Saints
birds.
Row.
No. Well, I feel like they still making Saints Row games. I was thinking True Crime.
Or True Crime,
The True Crime series was, I feel like, pretty good and pretty well received, and like.
In Watch Dogs, not Watch Dogs. What's it called? Sleeping Dogs.
Oh yeah, Sleeping Dogs. That was a good one.
Yeah,
there's a bunch of like really good games from the past that have just been forgotten, like Turok. We haven't seen another Turok game.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, we haven't
Fable.
seen Turok. Dino Crisis.
Oh, dude.
What's another one? Star Fox. The last one we saw was on Wii U, and it was horrible. Yeah, I don't think we'll ever see another one because of that. At least not for like 10 years.
You know what I was really into? I love the Fight Night games, those boxing games.
Oh, those were tight too.
Those were tight.
Fight Night, Ready to Rumble boxing.
Def Jam. You remember the Def Jam games where all the rappers would beat each other up?
Dude, that was tight. Can you imagine today's Def Jam?
Def Jam
It'd be like DaBaby and
Lil Yachty.
Lil Yachty just beating the shit out of each other.
Dude, that would be tight. I would play the fuck out of that.
You're just like on a yacht or like on like a fucking boat somewhere.
Bro, Def Jam 2020. That should be a thing, bro.
Bring that shit back. And like you can unlock Mac Miller.
Oh, dude, R.I.P.
Yeah, R.I.P. Dude.
They need to have like the dead rappers or all the unlockable.
Tupac like makes an appearance.
Temptation.
Oh my gosh, dude, that'd be dope.
Who's the one who just died recently? Juice WRLD. Sorry, I probably should.
Was it Juice WRLD? Did he just die?
Juice WRLD just died. Yeah.
What? Oh, was he the one that died from like a drug overdose at the airport? Or is that a different rapper?
I'm not sure. A lot of rappers have been dying lately, like at uncommonly fast rates.
It's too much fentanyl in the coke, bro.
It's true.
Don't be doing the blow, guys.
Yeah, don't do that, guys.
For some reason,
Lil Peep.
Yeah, Lil Peep. Such a loss. Just because that's horrible. I don't even know who that is, but I know what he looks like. Yeah. But anyways, yeah. So Def Jam, that's cool.
Yeah,
there's a lot of good. I feel like we got some good ones there.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for the question. Good question.
Yeah.
We've got Chad McLean here.
Yeah, these are just the listener.
Yeah, just
questions.
The plain old listener questions. The Reggie Miller questions. We got Chad McLean here. He says, "What are some New Year's resolutions that you have? Mine is to not be so gay."
Mine is to get more gay with Chad. No, I'm just kidding.
Mine is to make sure Chad stays just as gay as he has always been.
It's going to be tough for him to go straight with seeing our videos on YouTube.
Yeah, and the stunning HD.
HGD. The D is the main part.
Yeah, mainly the D.
The high dick. No. Yeah, so I guess some resolutions to make game. I want to do like some other thing with GameSpeak. I'm not really sure. Like, I'm not saying Couch Bro Op is going to end, but I want to try and find something that we can do on YouTube that is like fun to do and that people enjoy. Like that we're not, because I want to keep Couch Bro Up going, but I'm thinking if we could alternate between like 1 week we do Couch Bro Up, the next week we do like a weird talk show thing, like just on video, or like maybe we do like a movie review or something. And
I'm telling you, we just need to have a segment where you play scary ass VR games
or that. Yeah, I mean, but see, I think we could do that on Couch Bro Up though.
True.
I'm saying I want to have like a show like where we talk about something. Like maybe like TV shows, or maybe we talk about like where it's just like a 10 to 20 minute long video. It doesn't even have to be that long, or where we're just like, we watched this. Maybe it's called like we watched,
we watched this. I like that.
Yeah, and
it
then
can just be called we watched this.
Yeah, and then it's like semicolon, and then whatever we watched that week or whatever, and it gives us time to like, it gives us 2 weeks to kind of build up like whatever we want to say about it, but it also hits while people are still enjoying. So you guys get to hear the behind the scenes shit. We're always thinking of things.
These videos should just be like 30 seconds long, and like they should just start, and it's just like we're both holding up like a long sign that just says we watched this, and then it's like semicolon like Die Hard, and like we just drop the thing, and we're like, it was good, and then
trash. Yeah, no, I think it'd be fun just to be like, yeah, we watch it. Kind of like how we do our little review of The Mandalorian at the beginning of every episode.
Yeah.
Like we could like see a movie in theaters, or we could be like, okay, let's both watch this show, this episode, and we'll come and talk about it.
I like that.
Anyways, yeah. So that's the resolution for me. What about you, Brent?
Oh, man, I was so wrapped up in your resolution, I forgot to make my own resolution. I'm going to resolve to eat less bullshit, because I've gotten fat as fuck again, so I must unfatten myself with eating less bullshit, and I'm going to work out. I'm going to use my new VR headset I'm getting. I'm going to box it up, beat the shit out of some virtual people, and lose some weight in the process, so...
Yeah, and you know how to do it. Just count your calories.
Yeah, I'm going to count them cows. I'm going to exercise.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah. What other questions we got? Thanks, Chad.
Thanks, Chad. We got John Hightower. He says, yo, I heard the Conversationalist podcast has a new episode out on YouTube New Year's Day. You gonna listen to it? Winky face.
Wait, so you guys are back, or is it just like a one-off?
I think it's just is it a one-off, John? I don't know. If you're back in the biz, you need to come on our show and
Talk
let everybody
with us.
know.
Because we went on yours and did like... Because remember they came on and we did like our favorite video game soundtracks or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They need to come back and do another like music focused like video game episode, but not about like our favorite video game soundtracks. Maybe like our favorite music based games. Like that'd be tight.
Yeah, I like
something
that.
Like that.
I like that a lot.
But yeah, y'all go check out the Conversationalist podcast if you enjoy music or if you enjoy two sexy voices talking like us.
Very sexy voices.
Yeah, I think theirs are a little bit sexier. They got like the deeper...
Just a little bit.
John's got the deeper.
Definitely sexier than my voice. I've got kind of like a squeaky one ball kind of voice.
Actually,
I mean?
I've heard from a lot of people that you sound like Seth Rogen.
Oh. Well, that's nice.
Yeah,
that's a good thing, I guess.
Yeah, like literally, like people
I get
are like
Michael Cera a lot, which is weird.
I can't hear that at all.
I think it was when he was more popular. I used to get that a lot.
Yeah, maybe whenever I think you used to kind of look like him
maybe.
What it's people saw you in person.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
I feel like you have a very specific voice. I don't even relate it to any other voice, but like for some reason people will come up to me and they're like, "Dude, I checked out your podcast and who's the guy that sounds like Seth Rogen?" I'm like, "What?" I'm like, that doesn't make sense to me. I don't hear that.
That's okay, But maybe it's a good thing.
Yeah, it's a good thing.
Okay, cool. Well, thanks, John.
Yeah, for sure.
We got Kyle McAvoy here.
McAvoy.
He says, "A new year brings in new gamer tags. What awesome new tags do you expect?"
New gamer tags. I didn't even think about that.
He gave us some examples here. He's got like some. I can't even read them because they're just like ridiculous. You can definitely check it out if you want to check out his examples.
Okay, his top 5 list is no effort. For no effort is Joseph 1955. He gives his number 2 for extreme effort, which is clan, square, heart, circle, yin. Shamrock thing, or not shamrock. I forget what that's called. 4-leaf clover, or 3. I don't even know what that is. Fuck.
You see why I couldn't read this?
And then his what the fuck is assin. Or ass assassin. I like that one. So your mother's gamer tag is love Pinterest 6969 and the most 420s and 69s. Okay. I don't understand what you're giving these for. I guess he's making it out. Mine's close to the assassin one. Mine's RKC assassin. But I guess with
the X. Don't forget the X's.
Yeah, I got
bro. Don't forget your little X's, bro.
Yeah, it's
essential.
Big X, little R. No, big X, little R, big X. K, little K, big X, little C, or something like that.
Shit.
It's very tough to remember. But anyways, yeah, I guess ones that I'm expecting is probably since it's going to be the younger generation, they're going to be like, what are kids into these days? Probably like Lil Yachty.
Earls.
It's going to be like eat spelt with a 3, ass with this like A2 money signs, and it's like day. Yeah.
Grilled ass
with
2 Z's.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's probably going to be a lot like that. There's going to be more of that.
A lot of ass related things. The one I'm the most proud of, I thought of one for my friend a long time ago, Justin out there, and he's still using this, by the way. I'm really proud of this. I thought of this off the top of my head. Wrecking Baller 69.
Wrecking Baller. Okay, I get it.
You know what I'm saying?
69.
So you got to throw a 69 on there.
Yeah, just to make it just that little chef kiss at the end.
I think he abandoned the 69 in the final product, but I'm still, Wrecking Baller. Come on.
Hell yeah,
that's
dude.
great,
69 or 420. One of the two.
Yeah.
It works.
We got one on Insta, right?
Yeah, or was that the last one on?
That's the last
on the
one
Book of Face.
On the Book of Face. Yeah.
Okay, so here's this one's from Super Beaner, otherwise known as Josh Pantoja.
Super.
He says, "What's y'all's favorite oldest fighting game and favorite character?" Which is easy for me. Soul Calibur 2, Link on the GameCube.
I mean, my favorite old fighting game is probably Dead or Alive 3, but I don't think that's old enough for the purposes of this question. So I'm going to go further back and say Mortal Kombat. And I'm going to say I've always been kind of a Sub-Zero kind of guy,
Mortal Kombat. Yeah.
I hate to just pick the basic characters from Mortal Kombat, but I always liked Sub-Zero and Baraka and Scorpion.
Katana's dope. If I had to go back to Mortal Kombat, it'd be Raiden.
Oh, you know what? As a kid, I always liked Goro, just because I thought it would be sick to have 4 arms.
Yeah. Could you even play as him?
I think so. He was unlockable or something.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so that's it for listener questions. Brent, you got to wrap up the show
with Brent's super hardcore video game trivia challenge.
Ooh.
These are 5 super hardcore questions. Maybe too hardcore.
Oh, okay.
Today's topic is N64.
Oh, God, I already got this.
I
got this one in the bag.
You got it in the bag. We're going back to the multiple choice format. I thought that was kind of fun.
Okay.
So, question number 1. And keep in mind, we're going, we're balls to the wall this one. This is going to be some hard questions. I feel like I've been making it too easy on you recently. So
Okay.
And with the multiple choice format, at least you got a 1 in 4 chance of getting it right anyway.
For sure. Play along at home, kids.
Play along at home. We've got the first question. In Europe, the N64 launched with Super Mario 64, Pilot Wing 64, and which other 2 games? A. GoldenEye and Mario Kart. B. Star Wars Shadows of the Empire and Turok Dinosaur Hunter. C. Bomberman 64 and Blast Corps. Or D. Clay Fighter 63 1/3 and Diddy Kong Racing.
Oh, man. It's either A or C because it's Europe. So.
Is it, though?
Is that
you want to use the lifeline? No, I'm just kidding.
Are you hinting that I'm probably wrong on that?
I don't know.
I'm going to say A.
Oh, man. I'm sorry. GoldenEye came out a little bit later on in the life cycle. It was actually B, oddly enough.
What was B?
Star Wars Shadows of the Empire and Turok Dinosaur Hunter.
Wow.
Were both launch titles for the N64 in Europe.
See, the reason why I thought it was Europe, or A or C would be Europe, is because Rare, did like GoldenEye, which was a British company. They also did Blast Corps.
Well, C would have been a good choice. I chose Bomberman 64 and Blast Corps because they were both real early N64 games. So
yeah.
That was kind of my one to throw you off on there with C, I thought.
For sure.
All right. Good one. Good question. Number two. Only one F-Zero game came out on the N64. What was it?
F-Zero X.
Oh, you're right. But
yeah, I keep forgetting we're doing multiple choice. Sorry.
It's okay. I had a fun little list of questions. I'm going to read you my F-Zero.
Yeah, read the questions.
So it was A, F-Zero X, which you got right. But I also had B, F-Zero GX, C.
Oh, that would have thrown me off.
F-Zero AX, or D, F-Zero GP Legends, which are all actual F-Zero
GX
games.
was on GameCube.
Yes, yeah. And AX was I don't know. It came out around that time. So
it was there.
It was there. It existed.
All right. Next time I'll let you ask say all the things.
No, it's okay. But you got it right though. Right off the money.
Yeah.
So you're 1 for 1. Good questions today. Or good answering the questions today. Number 3. This is one that's about a subject you know about, but do you know it that well?
Let's see.
Conker's Bad Fur Day was originally announced in June 1997 at E3 with what totally different name? Was it A, Conker's Side Stories, B, Conker 64, C, Conker's Quest, or D, Conker 3D?
It's Conker's Quest.
Ooh, boy. Good one.
Yeah,
Good one.
dude.
I thought I might stump you on that.
Nah, bro. I knew all about that shit.
It actually got changed twice at the beginning, but at the E3 1997 Expo.
Yeah, it was like Conker's Tales or
Yeah.
something originally. And
Oh, man. That was good knowledge on your part right there. I had to dig deep for that one.
was birthed into it, dude.
All right, 2 out of 3, doing a really good job.
I
This
just
time.
need one more to win.
Yeah, I feel like if you get the majority, you win.
Yeah.
Okay. Super Mario 64 was influenced by a prototype of a canceled Argonaut game starring the Mario character Yoshi, which later became which 1997 platform game?
1997.
A, Spyro the Dragon. B, Crash Bandicoot. C, Gex, Enter the Gecko. Or D, Croc, Legend of Gobos.
So it was inspired by this game?
No, it actually... Okay, so yes, Mario 64 was influenced by a prototype of a canceled Argonaut game starring the Mario character Yoshi, which later became which 1997 platform game?
I'm going to have to say Croc.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good. Woo, ding, ding, ding. So you officially win. Okay.
Yeah, because I know Argonaut didn't work on any of those other games. And then also, if you think prototype of Yoshi, Croc is the most close, besides Spyro, but I know Spyro was like their own thing.
I was thinking Spyro and Gex could both kind of have like a kind of
Very
Yoshi-ish
close
appearance, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, because that's how it used to be back in the day. Like, companies would, like, make a prototype of a game and, like, show it to the company and be like, yo, let us make this game. And they're like, either yay or nay, you know? And then if it didn't work, they'd go off on their own. They'd find a different publisher, you know?
I'm glad it eventually saw the light of day. I know the Croc engine, went on to power a lot of PlayStation's early games, you know?
Yeah, like, whenever Sakurai first made, like, a prototype for Super Smash Bros., it was just, like, random, like, clay fighting-looking things, and, like the polygons from the GameCube game. And they were like, why don't you put, like, Nintendo characters in it? And then that's how it became Smash Bros. Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
Pretty interesting. Anyways, what you got?
All right, number 5. Of all of the Resident Evil games made, only one ever saw the light of day on Nintendo 64. Which one was it? Was it A, Resident Evil 0, B, Resident Evil 1, C, Resident Evil 2, or D, Resident Evil 3?
Resident Evil 2.
Hey, good one. Good one.
Yep,
They actually planned to do Resident Evil 0 on the N64, but they didn't have enough space or something, so they did it on GameCube instead.
The power pack couldn't handle it.
Yeah, something like that. I can't remember the exact reason.
It's crazy. So 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5, and I thought I made those pretty hard this week, so you got to really pat yourself on the back. That was some deep knowledge you pulled out there. You know what I mean?
I mean, I get you were trying to make it hard, but you took it to it was like me playing at home. You know, like you can't.
Well, I realize, this is something you have a lot of knowledge about, so I was like, okay, I'm going to make these
It's super difficult.
super difficult.
Now,
you did a good job. You handled it with grace and finesse.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, if you would have done PlayStation, like original PlayStation, I would have been fucked. Like, like I just know it just because, like, I spend a stupid amount of time watching, like, YouTube videos on the history of N64 and like all this stuff. Why? I don't know. But I have a dumb knowledge of N64 and like Super Nintendo and stuff.
I like the ones you have knowledge about because it makes it, I don't know, it's fun to like, I always think I'm going to stump you and then you're like, I know that one. It's like,
Hell yeah, dude. Anyways, guys, Happy New Year's. And remember, you've been listening to GameSpeak Podcast courtesy of CreateForSanity.com. The show posts for free every Wednesday on all podcast directories. Be sure to submit any questions you want read on on the show to the GameSpeak Podcast Facebook group. Check out our video content on YouTube at youtube.com/createforsanity. And if you want to stay up to date with your boys, you can find me on Twitter at the handle AlJafferJamel and Brent at BrentHas1. And check out the GameSpeak Podcast Instagram. Until next time,